Do you care?
Of course I care.
As a division fan?
Okay. Of course I care. So I'm in a weird situation right now. I'm rooting for Dallas Cowboys to lose. However that happens.
It didn't go live.
Okay.
We're starting over.
That's fine.
Oh, we weren't going live?
We didn't go live. So now
I got
we
a
are
question,
going
really,
live.
sports guy.
This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody? It's another
Oh, there we go.
NFC show. And we are here live at the backyard, the Arlington backyard here at Texas Live. We're having a blast. It's Dallas week, baby. And I got Sneaky G here. We got Mario G from the Bruce Podcast. We got Byron Williams here doing his thing. And we're just having a blast here. And it's Dallas week. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. Good to be here.
Glad to be here, man. Football all in the atmosphere, man. But some of us don't know how to win, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know how to win.
Well, I tell you, we might as well start with that right away. You know, because obviously, let's talk about Washington real quick. They're not here. They lost. They got spanked pretty handily by the Buffalo Bills. So, the other team that played earlier today was the New York Football Giants, who we got Sneaky G here. And Myers. I know you guys are real close to the New York Giants. How did you feel about the game today?
Well, we lost. It feels like I kissed my sister. I don't even have a sister. I'm not going to make any excuses. At the bottom line, we got to do better. Either it's personnel, coaching. We just overrated. Obviously, it's unacceptable. Well, actually, Byron, let me ask you this question. You were kind of going through these phases, right? I mean, because you were part of the 85 team before they won the Super Bowl. Does this remind you of back in the day when the team was growing and then coming to that Super Bowl caliber? I mean, does this remind you of the growing pains, if you will?
Yeah. I mean, when I first got to New York, we went 3-12-1. That was my rookie year. But I joined them in 8 games subsequent to the season. But then we turned it around and started in 84, back in the 80s. That's when we started going to the playoffs. But, man, you really can't start no season 0-3. I don't care how you look at it. And it's really you have to play with urgency. And, you just can't make mistakes. And, they really shoot themselves in the foot,
So now, let me ask you this. Since we're talking about the Giants here, I believe that they're holding Jones back. They're not allowing him to throw the ball down the field. They're playing conservative football. Are you seeing the same thing, or am I just being a Tuesday quarterback, if you will?
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, you can't be predictable, and then you got to use multiple sets. You got to use your personnel, like the tight end. You got to put the running back. You got to get everybody in sync with the plays and things, and that's what we're not doing. I mean, you got people sticking at their chest and beating their chest, but at the bottom line, you got to have people, you got to have receivers, and everybody. You got to be able to run deep routes as well as medium routes, and you got to be able to use the running backs out the backfield, and it's time for this. And you know, we got Kyle Rudolph at the tight end. You know, you got to put all these groups of different packages together in order to be successful on the offense. And make them really a plan of action. So we're not doing it. We're not.
I think it's a combination of poor play calling and maybe some poor execution on the defensive side of the ball as well. I mean, I got to give props to Pat Graham last year and the defense that we had. I mean, we were number 9 in points and then number 12 also in yardage. This year's a little different. What do you think? I really need your expert. What are we missing this year? I mean, we have the same defense, and personnel-wise, we even got better. But okay, now that Blake is out, defensively, what are we missing? What's going wrong with our defense?
It got to be some type of chemistry, something that the coach is not doing. Just a little thing. We was in every game. Now we're playing these teams to lose and started playing.
Right.
So the difference that you have a team, we got to be able to make mistakes. They can't jump off sides. Shooting yourself in the foot, right? So you have to be able to remind and then you got to we got to hold each other accountable when we got to football field.
Right, exactly. I don't like calling out players. But I feel defensively at times Peppers is vulnerable. And teams are exposing that vulnerable by Pepper. And I think it started with Denver. The game with Denver. And then after the fact, it's starting to be exposed each game. He's an outstanding player. He's one of my favorite players. Is there something? I mean, scheme-wise, Graham could do something to improve his play. And if I'm putting you on the spot, please let me know. I don't mean to. Just frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 0-3. And if I'm yelling at you, it's not you I'm yelling at. It's the Giants.
I understand. I know the heart that you have, but if you look back at the history of the game, somebody got to be a leader. We had defensive leaders. We had like the Eric Carlson, Paul Banks, LT. We had people that wanted to go out there down after down and make plays, right? Right now, we can't figure out what they're doing on defense. So, and that's
exactly
supposed to be the defensive line. And so right now, ain't nobody stepping up. And so, you know, for them to come in the opening week and do what they did at your home field, and then, you know, the second game, you want us to Washington lose the game the way we lost it. You know, just little things like that. We have to have somebody step up.
And I'm gonna end on this. Patrick Graham. All right, Patrick Graham. I gotta say this. We're leaving the middle of the field wide open. On that touchdown, the first touchdown that the Falcons scored, I understand the middle linebacker shifted to the strong side, but then somebody got to replace him defensively because it left it open, and then that's how Atlanta got that touchdown. Not only that, the flats are exposed. We got to do something scheme-wise to at least hold the team. You know, when we tied the game, you know what? When we were up 14-0, I still didn't have that feeling that we were going to close the game out. And that's, as a fan, that's just sad. That's just sad.
Yeah,
I gotta say that.
Yeah, when you 14, you are 14. You got to have that killer instinct. You got to get ready to bury it. You know, put the dirt on top of it, right? And that's how you play that game. So, right now we're not doing that. You know, and the other team can feel it. They can feel it when they know that they are getting buried.
Not at all.
And then, you know, you don't give them no hope. And we're giving these teams hope.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, and that's something. You know what? And it's not only hope, but they're gaining momentum. And once that team gains momentum, you can't get it. It's hard to get it back. You know, it's hard to get it back. Now, Clary, I mean, go ahead.
I'm muted right now, but I do have one question for Byron. I'm muted right now, though. First, I want to thank you for joining us. It's not an honor to have you talk with us. I don't want to put you on the scene as well. Being a Cowboys fan, dealing with Jason Garrett for a number of years. Do you feel he still coaches more of a 90s ball game as far as the style? And you want to see him open the playbook up a little more? Just watching, I like Garrett. I like how he was with the players. He seemed like a good guy on the field, off the field. Right. But he always seemed to be coaching like 10 years behind with the style of ball. So on a grade level, A through F. And you don't got to answer Byron. What is your grade of Jason Garrett?
I love Jason Garrett. First of all, I want to say that. I want to say that I like him, and I really respect the way all the things that he have done. So right now, he's on a D grade level because first of all, you can't be predictable. You got to be interchangeable. You got to have multiple sets. Right. And so right now, that's what we got. That's what we need. That's what the guys need. They need a new shot in the arm.
Right.
And so I just think everybody right now should be on skate. Should be worried about their job. So 0-3 is never pretty for nobody. I don't care how you look at it.
Yeah, it just seems, you know. I root for all the young quarterbacks. He knows this. I'm a big fan of college, actually. I love the college game. So I was a fan of Daniel Jones coming out. I want to see all these guys do good, even though they're giants. Jalen Hurts. I love to watch these kids develop. And I would love to see Daniel Jones go for three, but I lose at the same time. You know what I mean? We'll see how you develop. We'll see how you develop the rest of the year. I think Garrett was going to have to open up eventually. Or, you know, Judge and Garrett and a little bit of, thanks for that answer, Byron. I think on the season, though, I think they're going to put the backs against the wall. And we will see more of downfield football as we do in 2021 compared to 1997, you know.
Right.
You know, we'll see, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it.
Every coach that coaches, every player that plays, know that winning is the most important thing that has to happen for us, right? So it's all about winning. If you don't win, they finding somebody to replace you. Right. If I go out and drop 2 or 3 passes, 2 or 3 touchdowns, guess what? So they're bringing somebody in Tuesday to replace me as a player. So they need to start doing this with more coaches. The one thing I remember about Coach Bill Parcells, we had so many kickers coming in every week because our kickers kept missing field goals.
Right.
Your job is what? To be productive and to make those field goals. And it should be the same way with the coaches. Being 0-3, I tell you what, everybody ought to be on the hot seat.
Did you watch any of the Los Angeles Chargers Kansas City game today?
I did.
You see the end with the coaching decisions of Los Angeles.
Yeah, they went for the touchdown.
He was going for it. We're going to go for a touchdown.
Why kick a field goal when you need to win a game, especially while you're on the road? I don't think like that, but that means this guy is really coaching up his team.
Yes, I was very impressed.
You know what? They gave that whole team confidence. You know, they ready to go. They now it's gonna be hard for them to lose a game. See, they play to win, and that's how you approach it.
I love seeing that in-game coaching. I do think he left a couple too much seconds on the clock for Patty, but I was still like, oh man, he still got to it. But he still played to win the game, and the confidence level he boosted with that team, it shot up tremendously after today's ball game.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, another one, man.
This is what I'm talking about.
Hey, how you doing? Doing good.
True Blue just showed up, guys.
That's right. Now we're getting party here. Now it's a party. And I tell you, pretty soon here, the sun will be down here in just a second. The glare's been a little bit deadly, but everybody else is able to be seen. I tell you, True Blue, you haven't missed much because we're just talking about how the Giants are not doing so well this season.
Yeah, we
I was
got
seeing the highlights.
our pals wiping our face for getting our butt kicked. 0-3 is never good.
No.
So you know what? I will say this. I will say this that my class is always absolute. Okay, I'm a positive person. So for me, the good I'm going to take away from this is Saquon is still healthy. Jones didn't lose us the game. I didn't see a jet sweep, and I didn't see a reverse. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. If that's the least I could go with, I'm going to take that.
This man, Byron, let me tell you, man. We've been talking for a year and a half now. And we met through social media. And I've never met a bigger fan. And I was blown away. He told me at first how big of a fan he was. And I was like, no, you can't. Because I can't compare to that. I'm more of he knows, I talk bad about the Cowboys a lot. I'm kind of the honest speaker. Keep it real.
Yeah.
But this man, he had him 17-0. He had him 17-0.
Every year. Bryce, let me explain why.
Okay.
I cannot. Thank you, Philly. I cannot say to myself, the Giants are going to win this game. They're going to lose this game. They're going to win this one. I look at it at 17 opportunities. And it pisses everybody off when they ask me my prediction for the New York Football Giants. Oh, we're going to go 17-0. Now, I say this every time, and I know Clary's probably tired of me saying this. A smart man will tell you, a smart man will tell you a tomato is a fruit. But a wise man will tell you, you do not put a tomato in a fruit salad. I say that to say this. I will say the Giants will go 17-0, but I won't put money on it. I won't put money on it.
I love the Giants organization and the history that we have.
Right.
But I just think too that we got to get everybody on the same page. For coaches, players, and the way we do business, the way we conduct ourselves. I mean, we don't have too much great history, to be playing the way we play. And our fans don't deserve it. I remember when I first got to New Jersey, they had sacks over their head because we was 3-12 that the first year I went there. But they, after that, man, we started getting on the right track, right? And I can't see us just losing these games the way we lose. It's hard. I know it's hard to for all those Giants fans, and that's what it's all about.
And James Jeffco just came up.
Let's go!
Ready to tackle him.
There's a Super Bowl man right there, baby!
I just got dissed by James right now. Great, I'll tell you. This a bad man right here. This a bad man right here. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny.
We got
and you came at a you think I'm not worried about him? We're just talking about him. It's we got 3 games. It's only 3 games in. Hopefully we can make some improvements. And I don't know. We are what our record says we are, Man. True Blue, wow, welcome.
Thanks, bro.
How you doing? Oh, you're muted. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Gotcha. There you go. Well, welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a long journey just to get to right here in the past 2 days. I am glad to see everyone here. It was hearing the radio today on Sirius, hearing all the highlights, hearing everything that was going on. I was paying attention, of course, to the Giants. Atlanta came out of nowhere. Surprised me. I thought the Giants would have had that game. But there was the game right now with Miami and the Raiders. Nobody right now is playing to win. And I see that everyone's playing secure, safe, prevent defense, fourth quarter. Nobody wants to win right now, and it shows.
Maybe because they still got this preseason mindset. I don't know. Maybe they still
got all the wire right underneath
the extra game. I don't know. But right now, in any given week, right, somebody can knock somebody out. And, like last week, New Orleans played Carolina, like, so it was in the dark. So now they come back and beat New England. So, it's really flipping the coin.
Yeah. Again, I think it's with the defensive changes, but the prevent defense is what I think everybody's doing right now. The only teams that are 3-0 playing to win, and you can see it. The defense is on the spot, the offense is going. But what's going on is I just see everybody else just playing. There's no authority from the coaching. There's no authority from the QB. Defense, nobody's leading. That's on all sides of the ball. And you'll see that. I mean, the Rams, look what's going on in that game. Back and forth. They want to win. They're both 2-0. They want to win.
Also, I gotta throw this in there though.
Call me a salty
Giants fan
if you want to.
But
these ticky-tack
penalties
are killing us. These offensive pass interference. That was not. I'm sorry. That wasn't pass interference. And that was a costly penalty right at that time.
I tell you, I still need the tissues. Gotta bring boxes of tissues.
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm honestly going to say defense has changed.
Yes.
It is harder to play defense in the NFL right now than any time in the history of the NFL.
Facts.
I would not want to be a cornerback or a safety because you're at a disadvantage. Byron's paying these receivers. He's paying them. These receivers are getting all the. What can you do as a defensive player? You can't hit quarterbacks. You can't touch receivers. You hit a running back too. They're gonna call a flag for that.
Right.
It is hard to play defense anymore.
It's funny you say that because that contact, it was shoulder to shoulder.
I know.
And it was past, unfortunately.
Yeah.
15-yard automatic first down.
If I'm reincarnated, I want to be a receiver.
I'm glad I'm at the table with you guys.
Byron, from the list right here, it looks like you can still suit up. And I think you got a couple routes on it.
I'm not one. I can run a half.
I want to apologize. I know this is a little bit of a go. We're supposed to be this close, and it's kind of got to do what we got to do. So I apologize.
Don't they know this is Texas? This is Dallas, Texas. They don't know nothing. No, this is Cowboy country.
Just like our Eagles.
Oh my goodness. They done lost their mind.
Eagle fans actually travel.
So obviously, Mr. Jeff goes two-time Super Bowl champion, with the Dallas Cowboys. And of course, his other team smacked around the Washington football team today. Buffalo, because he goes by Buffalo Jim, even though he's a Dallas Cowboy. So, so I'm glad that he was able to make it. He flew all the way in to be able to be here for this game, for this podcast. So I really do appreciate it. And of course, we got a whole bunch of Eagles fans around doing our thing.
I only see 2 or 3.
Stop
This is Cowboys Thursday.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, you see 4?
Yeah, I see 4.
Okay. We see 3 or 4.
So to be fair, I only see 2 Giants fans, and that's Byron and myself.
Everybody
That's
else
rolling 3.
Everybody, they rolling.
That's what they're hiding. They're definitely hiding.
But that'll be in what? They play the Giants in 2 weeks. There'll be a lot of Giants fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
There'll be a lot of Giants fans.
So enough about the Giants because obviously they are going to 3. So
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
I got a tissue for you. It's got a big.
You lucky I don't have the button. You lucky I don't have the button. That's what I'm gonna say. You lucky I don't have the button.
But anyway, there's a game that's happening tomorrow night. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to sound. I know when we talked about this briefly. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think I got it listed at 35-31. And I don't know who's going to be 35. That's the hard part about this. I think it's going to be just go back and forth, and maybe the last one with the ball gets the win.
That's a possibility. But here's how I look at it. The Cowboys are what, 1-1? And the Eagles are 1-1. The Cowboys have played Tampa Bay, who arguably have one of the top 5 receiving corps in the NFL. They played, obviously, the Chargers, who have a very good, they might be in the top 10 in receiving corps. Now, where are the Eagles at in the receiving corps? Are they in the top 10?
They're in the bottom 5.
Well, as of
I
right
don't think
now,
they're in the bottom. I think they're going to be really good. I really do.
Yeah.
Because Devontae Smith is he's very impressive. But I think right now this is probably the easiest receiving corps the Cowboys have played in the receiver. That's not saying anything negative about Philly. That's just reality. Now the running game is going to be can Zeke and Pollard, can they stop them, and can the Cowboys stop Philly's running game?
well, and I don't think Zeke has got it anymore. I mean, I know that he's all built up, and he's built off, and I'm more concerned about Pollard.
See, I'm not. I think Zeke is going to. It's some people, it takes them a little time to get into the game. I think Zeke is that kind of player. He's lost the weight. He's in great shape. But he hasn't played a lot in the preseason. They were saving him. As the season progresses, when you go 17 games, it's going to get better and better. Teams are going to get better and better. I hate to say this, but the New York Football Giants are going to get better and better. Philly's going to get better. The Cowboys are going to get better. Redskins won't get any better. Oh, Washington football team. They ain't getting better.
So, but first off, I feel like our defense, I mean, we played the 49ers, and they're arguably
Yes, I
like
agree.
a contender to go to the Super Bowl. At least if you talk to Packers about it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're as great as they're talking about, but, they did go a couple years ago. So, and now my thought is, you got a defense that's very porous with depth. I know that they held Hubert or Herbert, whatever his name is, for only 17 points. But he's only a second-year quarterback. I don't think that he's as great as everybody's making him out to be.
But they did beat Kansas City today. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat them. They didn't just walk in there and beat them. They beat them. So,
but not for nothing, maybe Kansas City isn't as good as we're making them out to be, because they lost again today.
That's what
I know.
I'm saying.
That's what I just said, yeah. But here's the thing. I think the Chargers are a year away from being a really good team. I think they're a good team now, and they're going to be competitive. I think Philly is going to be a very good team. And what makes them is Hurts. Hurts is a quarterback. The quarterback is a coach's kid. That's all he knows. He's been since he's been in diapers. His dad is a very successful coach at Channelview High School. He understands football. He understands. He won a national championship with Alabama. I mean, they can talk about Tua, but Hurst was, and then he went to Oklahoma, and he did a good job. There's nothing. He's going to get better, and he's figuring it out right now. The big thing for the Cowboys is not to let him get going. If they can control Jalen Hurts, they got an opportunity to win this game and take the division at this early point. But it doesn't matter right now because you got 17 games, and just because you're 2-1 now doesn't mean you're going to be the NFC East champions.
Right. So my next question is, obviously, Dallas is a little bit dumb, especially the receivers. Is it going to be all the running game that you think is going to have to do this, or are they going to be able to do it with just Lamb and
Listen, I think they have enough, and I think Amari Cooper's going to play. And how effective he is, we don't know, but I think he'll be there, and he's always a threat. If they leave him 101, you got an opportunity there. CeeDee Lamb is starting to really take over. And I thought they were going to be in trouble without Gallup. But Wilson stepped in and he did a good job. Plus, when you talk about Tony Pollard is a really good receiver out of the backfield. So they have people that can take up the slack.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I feel that we can beat your secondary when it comes to Quez Watkins. I know that Rager is still not sure yet. And I know that Smith is going to turn into something special. But it's his third game.
But that's the thing. They are going to turn it. Rager, he's a Texas kid. Waxahachie. And Smith is going to be a very good player. But is it going to be this week? That's the thing you got to look at. Are they ready for this? Because you know how it is. When you start going to the NFC, it's a whole different animal. And then I think the biggest mistake is when your head coach put in there beat Dallas. He's going to walk out there with beat Dallas. I mean, that's bulletin board. They got that up on their bulletin.
So, actually, I was just in the locker room today, and there wasn't anything on that bulletin board. In fact, I didn't even see a bulletin board. So, it's a whole different thing. But that being said,
the bulletin board is over there in Frisco.
So they really need that. This is the Eagles' Dallas. You know what I mean? I know that in the grand scheme of things, that the Washington football team was always the bigger rival in the division. But they've been irrelevant since like the late 80s.
Well, here's what you look at is that what made Eagles relevant is Buddy Ryan because of the hate between Buddy Ryan and Jimmy Johnson. That's what made the Eagles and the Cowboys relevant because we didn't like Buddy Ryan and Buddy Ryan didn't like us. And that was it. Now you don't have Buddy Ryan, and the coach is trying to make it relevant. Yeah, and which it is. It is going to be relevant because this is going to be a big game. This is going to be a good game. It is not going to be, I don't think you said 35-31. I think it's going to be more in the 20s, and it's going to be a knockout dragout. And whoever's the last man standing is going to win this game. That's how I look at it.
Well, and it's interesting.
Philly Sports, I want to ask something. I feel a lot more confident for tomorrow night's game because of watching the Chargers. Mario Williams is becoming a superstar alongside Keenan Allen.
Yes.
And to see what the Cowboys did last week against them makes me feel a lot more confident going into tomorrow night's game. I think we're going to Diggs is becoming something special in front of our eyes, especially in an offensive league.
And you know why he is? Because look who his brother is. His brother is, but I'm serious. His brother is one of the top receivers in the NFL. And who do you think he trains with every offseason? He's training with him. And he's teaching them what receivers think and how they think. So that helps him. Now, the other side, Brown, you got to give him help. And they do have some COVID issues with Canoe because he's a great special teams player. So they have breathed out with the COVID. But that's going to be interesting. Philly has some injuries on the offensive line. can they take advantage of that? You know, and that's the thing. Micah Parsons, right in between our eyes, is becoming a superstar.
Right.
I didn't expect him to do this. I mean, he hadn't played defensive end since high school, and to do what he did in the first game he played defensive end is pretty impressive.
That was fun to watch, and you know we all know defensive ends. There's money there, right?
But I do have concerns. If he does the thing he did against Herbert, we got problems because Hurts will be gone.
Right.
They got to contain him. They're going to tell him to box him and make him stay in that pocket.
So do we want to
With the guy from the 49ers. Bosa.
Yeah, Joey Bosa. Exactly. You got to corral Hurts. You cannot let Hurts get going because once he starts running on you, now you got to change your whole game.
Well, I predicted the Buffalo Bills going to kick Washington out of town. And I'm predicting this. Jalen Hurts is back in Texas. And he always had a good game at the stadium. When he came back to play over here in Alabama, he had an awesome game. So,
I think it's going to be an interesting game.
He's saving it for Houston because Channel View is close to Houston.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a very specific game for the coach and the quarterback. Obviously, I felt last week we lost on 3rd and 1 to 4th and 1. All those battles we lost to the 49ers, and ultimately that cost us the game. They can't make those types of calls. The rookie mistakes for the coach, I've got to disappear now. You know, it's still, I mean, Hurts is still a rookie. It's only what, it's going to be an 8-game starting. So he's still a rookie in the grand scheme of things. So I want to say, I mean, he's going to be seeing Dallas a lot if he's going to be the quarterback of the year.
No question.
So he better start to bring it down. He better start to figure it out.
Yeah. This is a coming out party for him and a couple of other players, CD Lamb, because now they're in the division game. And people will say, well, they're not that important because of how the divisions are structured. They are important because you better take your advantage. Because here's the thing. Dallas plays New York or Philadelphia this time. Then they play New York a couple of weeks from now. Then they don't play them until later in the season. And they're going back to Philly. They're going back to New York. I'm not sure about where they play Washington first. But this is difficult when you go back there. You know the weather changes and the velocity changes on how you play them. So you better take advantage of it when you got the chance.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's why I feel like it's not the end all be all, but this is more of a must win for both of these teams.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the Eagles, this is their only NFC battle until week 13, where they then have
That's my point.
5 weeks.
Yep.
5 out of 6 weeks they have NFC battle.
The one thing I could say about the NFC East this year as opposed to last year, for the most part, they are being competitive on out of division games. Last year, they were a joke when they went out of the division. Now they get Chargers, Cowboys beating the Chargers, and competing with Tampa Bay. You know, the Eagles beating Atlanta when you say Atlanta. Atlanta beat the Giants. I'm sorry.
I was waiting for it.
Feeding into that more. This is like you were saying, coming out game for CD Lamb against the Eagles. This is going to be the first time that he has Dak Prescott with him. So last week and the week before that at Tampa, Dak and CD are hooking up. It's something unseen. I don't think the secondary from the Eagles is going to be ready for what's about to happen tomorrow. I think it's going to be a little bit looser game. It's going to be tight at the first half. Start going to the third quarter. But I think the fourth quarter, we're going to see who has what. And I think the Dallas.
And you brought up a good point. You know, Zach Ertz hasn't been out there like he normally is. I don't know what the reason is. And that's going to be these tight ends for the Cowboys and for the Eagles are got to be a bigger part of the game. And you're right there. With CD Lamb, they're going to try to shut Lamb down, especially if Cooper is a little digged up. The tight ends become more have to be an effective part of these games.
Well, and that's the one thing that I've been really happy about with the Eagles defense is that they kept everybody in front. Nobody's gotten behind. I mean, short of the one play for 40 yards by Deebo Samuel, they had all their plays were 18 or under. And they drove down the field, but they didn't have the big play. So the big play has been taken out from both in the last 2 weeks. Now, the running game against Atlanta was pretty good until we were able to stop it. Against the 49ers, the running game was okay, but it came to 31 and 31, we lost those battles.
But here's my question. With Graham out, how does that affect the Eagles' defense?
I don't think that's as big a deal. I mean, obviously he's got some shoes to fill, but the defensive line rotates out so much that I think that he's going to play a very little part in the fact that he's out for the season. Now, obviously, if somebody else gets hurt, then I got more of an issue.
But isn't Graham more of a leadership? He's that leader on their team as far as who's going to fill that void.
Well, it's going to rely a little bit more on Fletcher Cox.
And Fletcher hasn't been Fletcher this year.
No, he hasn't, but he's also been taking on the double teams all the time. He's nonstop on the double teams. So when you got him, that's what leaves everybody else open. That's why Hargrave is having a better season right now. So I don't mind taking that because you don't see those in the stats. But as long as the other guys step up and get to the quarterback.
And the one thing you notice about the Cowboys, this is as healthy offensive line they've been in the past 2 or 3 years. They're very healthy. I know we lose Collins because he's trying to drive, the drug guys and stuff. But
I found that out this morning.
Yeah.
I found that out.
but they are healthy, which is helping that. And they just got to. Some of Zeke's issues is with the offensive line. They got to get it rolling. Help Zeke because of the stop.
It's all going to happen in less than 24 hours from now, it seems. We're going to all be there and get it all together. Are you going to the game tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be in the club seat.
What prediction do you have for this score?
I have not the Eagles. The Cowboys winning 24 to 21.
24-21. And he did a Freudian slip. He had to catch himself. I think he really meant to say Eagles.
I think he really meant to say Eagles.
No. It was a slip.
So, Sticky, do you have a prediction for the game tomorrow?
Of course I have a prediction. I think I'm going to give Hurts the benefit of the doubt and say that this is going to be a coming out party. Philly is going to win 3-0.
Pretty simple, man. Cowboys going to win this game. It's going to be break the leg. Another closing out game with a field goal. It's going to be close. It's going to be an old style football game, I hope, tomorrow. A little more run offense. Cowboys 27-24, break the leg. Get a field goal to win the game.
All right, so we got a whole bunch of people saying Cowboys.
I like the Cowboys.
True blue.
I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to score more than 30. I think it's going to be on 38-27.
38-27. 38-27. More of a blowout.
Byron, you got an opinion?
I got one. Zeke gonna get 2 touchdowns. So I'm predicting 2 touchdowns. Dak gonna throw about 4 more. I'm predicting 35-28.
So you got to score 6 touchdowns, but only score 5.
Yeah.
42. He's got up to 42. He's got up to 42. Trying to make you feel better. Hey, listen. So I love it when everybody else chooses everybody on one side, and I got the other side, and it was usually the other side wins. We'll see it tomorrow. Like I said, I thought defense on the play and push back. We'll see. I think 3 sounds. The one thing I think is going to be big difference The Eagles have not had a turnover or given up in the last two games. So I think it's going to be very important for the defense. Our defense at least get one turnover. Still got to have a clean sheet. We got to have a clean sheet. So that's going to be a big deal. So, I have the score as 35-31. And I think I got a whole bunch of Eagles. I think it's going to be a touchdown and whoever we have the ball is maybe the one that wins that game. So it's going to be like a 36-35. But we'll see. But in the meantime, I think the Eagles go in there and I put a little stick on
The only green that's going to win is Green Bay.
Hey, Sticky, the Jags gonna be one game away from being in second place.
Say what?
The Jags will be one game away from being in second place after this week.
Nah.
But they're still the only team in the division that doesn't have a win.
Yeah, about that.
Sorry. I have more tissues. I gotta bring more tissues.
Oh, man.
Next time I see Stevie J. So, but anyways, guys, I really do appreciate everybody coming on. Everybody gets to enjoy Monday Night Football. It's on behind the scenes. Sunday football. Tomorrow is Monday. And you know I'm going live and going crazy and doing my thing all day doing my thing. So anyways, it was great. Thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And then you can definitely check them out. And there you can definitely check them out. It's JFT. It's a great thing to find it on Northeast Streaming Sports Network on YouTube. Definitely, Larry definitely can go see Larry OT, go see me on there. And of course, CPG myself.
I just want to throw out there. September 9th. These guys will be joining us. And Cabo Hippie at the Copper Penny. But October 9th at the Copper Penny. They have a live show just like this. Looking forward to it.
Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about the echo. But that's the way it is. Everybody, that's the way it is. So we'll see you. After this big Eagles game.
Blue, not Game Green. Game Blue.